Hello and welcome to the show. I'm here in Forza Horizon 2 with another silly car build. Our vehicle today is the BMW M5. So why is there a group of people standing looking at the wall? That must be the most exciting door you have over there. I mean, look, there's all sorts of classic... that's a fairly classic car, gone past. Rare, Fiat, Bath. Are we going to have anything more exciting? No, that's not massively exciting over there. But there's all sorts of interesting cars and you're looking at a door. Okay. This wasn't the vehicle that I had intended, shall we say, to be filming a silly car build of. I had initially planned on doing a rough CTR Yellowbird. Problem is, when I built the car up, it went into X class, which is the highest class of car you can get on this game, and there is no rivals mode for X class cars. Which is a problem because I use the rivals mode for timing of the actual laps that we do. So yeah, I haven't quite figured out a way around that problem yet. If I do at some point, or if they add in X-Class rivals modes, then I can do car, but if the car goes into X-Class, I can't time it. I can't do the times and compare it to stuff, which is a little bit of a problem, I have to say. So I'm going to have a go with the BMW M5 here. We do have a different engine to play around with. I could go for the V8 that's in everything, but instead I'm going to have a go with a 3-litre inline-6 twin-turbo engine. Now, if I remember rightly from Forza 5, these can actually get up some decent power. So we're going to give it a go. I've never used this engine in a car before on here. So yeah, we're going to give it a try. Now, why is the single turbo is making more power than the standard twin turbo? I may have to experiment with that in a minute when we when we finish building the rest of the car. Okay, aerodynamical bits. Yes, we're going to need all of the grip we can get. Wings. Are we going to have a silly wing? We're going to have... Well, I mean, it's a fairly standard wing, or we can remove nil. We're going to want one of these. Car's quite heavy to start with. I mean, it is a four-door saloon car, if you like. Tyres, yep, we're going to jump straight up to the racing tyres. How big are tyres are we going to get on this car? Hopefully, we will get a fairly sizable... it's better than the Jeep, that is for sure. I would like a bit bigger tyres. We might do okay, though, in this car. I'm not sure. Perhaps being a bit of a larger car, perhaps a little bit heavier, may be good for added stability, but that's not sort of having a stable car is not such a problem on here. There's not the same twitchy death machines that we got from Forza 5 in this game. The cars tend to be a little bit more controllable as they are. So I'm hoping we can get away with this. We're going to want brakes, yes. We're going to want some racing suspension on this car. Put all of the anti-roll bars in, etc. Just trying to give me as much chance as possible of keeping this car on the road. Give me a chance of getting it around the track. I mean, the track we use is quite a nasty track layout. We're going to be quite a heavy car by the time we're finished. That's still pretty damn heavy as far as the silly car builds go. 2,700. That's like the same weight as a Ford F100 that we had on Forza 5, I think. Yeah, that's okay. It's a little bit heavy, a little bit larger. I'm small amount concerned that we're not going to have enough power in this car really to make things truly interesting. What was the inline-6 I had on Forza 5? I can't remember. I think it got up to 900. Well, okay, that's picked up a little bit. I will swap out the turbos if this one on here. Oops. If this one on here isn't really giving me enough power, pull the engine out. We're up into S2 class already. I don't think we'll hit X class with this vehicle. Okay, so my big hope is for the twin turbos to massively up the power, which they do. 390 horsepower added. Bloody hell. Okay, yeah, we're keeping them on. Okay, that is a big power jump. We're going to hit 1,000 horsepower, I think, with this car. And there I was worried we weren't going to have enough power. Okay, I was wrong, and I'm very glad I'm wrong. We have 1,005 horsepower in this car. Just for the sake of interest, I will see what that single turbo will do. I'm going to guess it's not going to be as much, though. So with a single turbo, it's 700... oops, okay, there we go, we are going the right way. 701, and then this adds on... 304. Oh, so it doesn't matter, single turbo or twin turbo. It's irrelevant. I'll go with twin. I'll go with twin turbo. I just like having two turbos on a car. Right, I'll have you back. Oopsie. And then we will go all the way back here. Okay, so we're well within the class range, which is nice. And whoop, this much power, we could have some problems. I fear for this car. I wasn't expecting it to be 1,005 horsepower in this vehicle at all. So, yeah, we could be quite slidey. I'm hoping maybe a bit bigger size and a bit more weight might make it slightly more stable. But I think we're just going to spin. We don't have big enough tyres. We're just going to spin the wheels up considerably out of the slow corners. Oopsie, that's the wrong one. We are going to our testing track. It is the Citadel. It is Citadel. I keep thinking that says Cathedral briefly. I don't know why. There's a Citadel circuit at Sisteron, where I have 6 laps to beat a time set by a Noble M600. A completely standard, untuned Noble did a 56.414, and I'm now going to try and beat it with the BMW. I'm not sure at all in this car. The Mazda MX-5, a quad-rotor MX-5, did a 56.1, just fractionally faster than the Noble, and that had about 720 horsepower. And that's a Mazda that's notorious for being very good handling. I'm sure the M5 is a good handling car, but I'm not sure it's going to be good enough to handle 1,005 horsepower around a tight and twisty track. This is a nasty circuit as well to put the city car builds around, as we were about to find out. It is very twisty. There is not a huge amount in the way of straight. I'll just leave it in 5th. 5th is a nice gear for this. Okay. We've got to be a little bit careful. There are bumps, of course, to be concerned with. We're actually not as ferocious on that power as I feared we might be. I mean, sure, it's sideways, but a lot of supercars would probably be sideways. That's quite surprising. That's not what I expected at all. I mean, we're over the crest of the hill, and it wasn't terrifying. It didn't try and kill me. Again, we're in... okay, we can't... 4th gear, we can just about get it to go flat out. How do we do? There's a fair bit of understeer creeping in this car. But out of that corner, look at that. There's power, and I can put the... What? That's not what should be happening. Well, what I expected to be happening. I guess it is what should be happening. But we're coming out of these low-speed corners, and that's what will really kill a high-powered car. We're coming out of these low-speed corners, and there is so much grip. This has not got that bigger of tyres either, not in comparison to some of the vehicles that we've had. Okay, let's try and be neat and tidy through that first section. The bump, it does not like the bumps. We have loads of understeer. In 1,000 horsepower M5 understeer, was the least of my problems, I thought. This is not not what I expected from this car at all. It's quite controllable through here. I mean, we're putting the power down in 3rd gear, 4th gear. And we're not having any issues, even with this much power coming out of that slow-speed hairpin. It's really... Yeah, that's not what I thought this car would do. That's not at all what I expected from the M5. We don't like the bump down here. It gets chucked around a little bit, and then we get some understeer going on as well. And we're pretty quick, a 58.0. It's not bad at all for a second lap. A bit of a slide on. I mean, yeah, sure, it's going to go sideways with this much power in a rear-wheel drive car. But it's so much more controllable than the other stuff that we've had. Careful up the hill. Yeah, I think everything's going to burst into wheel spin when you ask it to do that much with a car that wasn't designed for 1,000 horsepower. Ooh, can we get it stopped? We can just about. I mean, it's very quick over that crest thing. I can't look at the speedo. I'm guessing it's going to probably be doing 130 around there. Then we lose a bit of time getting around the corner. Just about do it. And then if I'm careful on the throttle, the engine picks up revs so bloody fast. That's quite crazy. And then again, I can, with all of this power, even with all of this power, I can just about be gentle enough not to have wheel spin problems. We do have, yeah, those bumps are horrible, and then we're sideways up into turn 1. But that's neater this time round, much neater. Dare I be brave through here? No! Ooh! If you clip that, if you get that line wrong, that bump throws you about. If you get it right, you can be very quick through that first section. But if you get it a little bit wrong, that line will chuck you in the wall. In this car, I have to say, I think this is one of the vehicles that's been affected worst by the bumps. Again, there's a little bit of a bump there. Jesus, they're nearly touching 140 over that bit. That is bloody quick. That's, yeah, to be going that fast and still be dealing with the bumps, etc., or to be dealing with that part of the track without actually crashing, it's not nice. I wouldn't say not controllable. It is just about controllable. It's not exactly as nice as some cars I've had. Just about to round that corner. Yeah, I did not expect understeer to be a problem. Now, is there a better way? If we really hug the inside there, we may do a little bit better, perhaps, and carry nice speed through the first corner. It's here that we don't like. I think it's hitting the curb, perhaps. That was much neater. If we slightly take out a signpost. Right, slow it down for here, and whoop, there goes a couple of the planters. I'm really surprised I can even hit them. I'm expecting most of the cars are too oversteery, too difficult to control to get them slowed down, etc. for that corner. The fact that this BMW can even take that line is a testament to how much grip the damn thing has. Again, around here we've lost a little bit of time. It's not as nice to drive as perhaps some cars. We've got to really make sure to slow it down and then carefully does it on the throttle out the other side. Well, just about carefully does it anyway, as carefully as things go with this much power. I am astounded. The Jeep, a lot of the cars I've had, struggle so much more putting power down. Oh, we're on two wheels. That's not good. We're going to smack the wall, and it's a 57.2 with a bit of a bounce off the wall. Yeah, if this car could deal with the bumps better, I think it would certainly stand a chance of being on par with the Noble. The problem is, it doesn't really deal with the bumps. It's just enough to throw it around a bit. The actual cornering grip and power delivery is very impressive on this, which bodes quite well for the speed run. It might not be quite as terrifying as the Jeep was when it comes to the speed run, but the problem is I can't quite push it through a couple of the corners, and that's where we're losing all of the time. Of course, we're very quick accelerating out of these hairpins because we've got so much power. But it's this next corner, I think, what kills an awful lot of the lap time, because you have to either be cautious through here or on two wheels and in the wall. We are going to have a quick final lap. It is a 56.495. That is a fast final lap. Perhaps if I hadn't had a scrape along the wall on the run into that lap, maybe it would have done it. It's very close to the Noble, this car. Very close in terms of lap time. That's not at all what I thought would happen with the M5. That's really quite impressive. This is not a bad car at all to drive. It's really remarkably easy. It delivers all of that power to the road. Some of the best we've had. I think it's probably better power delivery than even the MX-5 had. Yeah, I'm very surprised. Well done, BMW. Now it's time to take it on the straightaway and see how quickly it can go. With this much power, I would say we're probably going to get it towards the 240 mark. I'm not sure whether we will quite get that. It's not the most aerodynamical shape. Then again, the Capri got 244. We could see over 240 miles an hour with this, possibly. We will find out in a minute. I think it won't be too scary with this car. I think that could be key with it. I think it'll be a little bit... I'm hoping that this will be a little bit on the easier side to drive. Perhaps might be able to dodge the traffic a little bit better. Won't be as twitchy. Certainly, I'm hoping it won't be as twitchy as the Jeep. That Jeep was bloody terrifying. I'm thinking we could see good things from the M5 once we get it going, and once we get out of the loading screens. Sorry, there are a fair few loading screens with this format. So we want to go world map. We're going to be using the motorway for our speed runs because it's a hell of a lot more entertaining than going up and down the runway. Also, the runway isn't actually long enough for me to test some of these vehicles. Some cars may get to their top speed, but the runway is not long enough for quite a few of them. And this motorway, we've got quite a few miles to do it. There is the added interest of traffic and corners to throw into the mix. That I like the challenge of having to dodge all of that stuff. Now, the first thing we will do is quickly dump all of the aero off. Yes, it won't make it quite as nice to drive, and we may have a small issue of controlling. But we will get the most speed out of it. By the looks of it, the gearbox or the gears are going to have to be extended. We're only 195. Right, let's zoom the gears off down this way. Can we get the 245 mark? I am not sure. I don't think we're going to. 235. That's not too shabby. Oh wait, 30 up to 36. Maybe if we go even further, can we get any more out of the car? 236 is going to be about the limit. Once we get it going downhill, it's not entirely impossible for us to crack the 240 mark. Yeah, we'll cover the gears quite long, so when we go downhill at the end of the the motorway, maybe we will see 240 miles an hour from the M5. I'm keen to see how easily or how difficultly it handles the speed. I think it will be all right. Again, it's impressive just setting off. Oh god, what you did? Car's in the wrong. Oh dear, we'll get fine. We're going over here. Yeah, just setting off. I mean, by the end of second gear, it's pretty much sorted itself out and ready to go. And not many cars with this much power can say that. We're already up to 210 as we come to the first corner. And I'm not going to try that, especially not with that positioning the traffic was in. Whoa, bumps. Yeah, that's something I didn't think about. It could be a little bit scary over the bumps here. Again, we're going to crack 200 before the next corner. Look out for the Mercedes A-Class. Yeah, and this is pretty damn fast car. And we're up into the 220 mile an hour mark. I don't think we were going this quickly on this particular section of track before. Okay, we're going to again back it off through here. There's no point having a big crash at this stage of the run. Oh, on two wheels at 180 miles an hour. That's not really ideal. Weaving in between the traffic again. We're going to get another 200 miles an hour before we get to the tunnel. No, you stupid Ultima. Why did you do that? Why you tried to kill me? See, that corner, 177 miles an hour, and the back end was, I mean, it was thinking a little bit about kicking out, but it didn't. It's just got really quite decent cornering grip up into the high, or to the low 200s, I should say, sorry. As we go into sixth gear, this is a much nicer corner. I can do all of that flat out. Please don't change lane anything. Now I'm at 200, well, almost 220. Please just stay in the lanes that you are already in, and then everything will be fine. I don't think, as much grip as this car has, I don't think we can quite deal with that sudden movement. Okay, I'm going to have to just let off a little bit as there's a bus as we go to take this corner. And the Golf. Right, now we can really go for it. Where on earth are you going, you silly muscle car? Crap, slightly scraped the wall there, ruined a nice big combo. That's the back of the bus. Arse. That's just a small bump in the road. That's all it bloody takes. It's enough to do that. We may, and that may have just screwed it up, because we're going to come flying down here, and the stretch that we normally get the top speed is just up here. We may not quite do it. I have no doubt this will do 240. Oh, just a scrape, just a ding off the, or it certainly will do 230. We are running out of, yeah, it gets a bit slow once it gets to the 230 mark. It just runs out of acceleration anymore. Whoop, across the bump. We'll keep going for a something saved us. I'll keep pushing it a little bit. We're going to run out of motorway though. Yeah, 235, I have no doubt it would do. It's just those bumps. The bumps are just enough to screw it over when it comes to, well, it comes, why is there a flight? What? What the? What the hell? You saw that right? That wasn't my imagination. Screw it, I don't care what this car can do at a straight line. I just saw a magic bus. I want that. Whoopsie, we're going across the dirt. I'll swap. You can have my BMW if I can have a magic flying bus. Okay? There we go. See, oh dear, we've crashed the bus off the road. Look, I want the flyy bus. That's that was an impressive party trick. Anyway, here we go. That's it for this silly car build. This car is really good. This M5, really good grip around the track. Problem is a small bump and it has issues over it. Good top speed in the car, but yeah, it's that power delivery that gives it a decent speed around track, and it has a fair amount of corner grip. Yes, the back end will let go eventually, as you would imagine, but it does a remarkably good job. Anyway, that is it for today, so thank you very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.